This week on Two Noobs, the Supreme Court hears Trump's case. No, not that one. The other one. No, the other one. We'll get you sorted out. Next, airlines required to give full refunds for canceled flights. Now, if we could just stop them from nickel and diming us for snacks, entertainment, oxygen, things like that. Then, San Fran upgrades the abacus it's been using for its light rail system. And finally, we tackle another tournament to determine the best non-Philly mascot. My money is on the Blue Blob. Start the music. Blech. All right, this is episode 187 of Two Noobs Talking. We're all calm now after last week.
He still sucks.
John, don't raise the temperature, okay? You got a little heated right at the end of episode 186.
A little bit.
I made a quick trip, just so you know. I did make a quick trip down to Texas with a fire hose and did calm John down. Sprayed some water on him.
Cold water. Nice cold water.
Good to go. Flew back up here.
Still don't like him. Still don't like him.
Don't make me come down there again, John.
Breathe in, breathe out.
But
Breathe
Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is an Eagle, so
yeah,
I'm happy now.
What a great story, huh?
Love
Both
him.
the father and the son
Love
together.
That kid. And Trot doesn't have to be a Cowboys fan, because that was the big rumor going into the draft that the Cowboys were going to take him.
Yeah.
And that's why I begged and pleaded and prayed all day yesterday. Please, Eagles,
traded up to get him too, by the way.
Because Trot did not want to be a Cowboys fan, and I'm all for it.
I second that.
Yeah, thank you, Howie.
But in more good news, I had a stroke of genius this past week.
Okay.
I have a new tagline for the podcast.
Nice. Oh, yeah? Okay.
I was rhyming. Don't be boobs, follow the noobs.
Nice. Nice.
I'll put that right there on the Chiron, lower third right there. Why not? Yeah.
I got neon bubble letters coming to you, Matt. I got it. Got it.
Nice.
Take it back to the 70s.
There you go.
I thought you gentlemen would enjoy that.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get us started here. Over there, that's Jupiter John Tracy. That's Mars Matt Craig. I am Space Invaders Steve Murray. You're in the middle.
Pew pew.
Pew pew in you.
Pew pew. Yeah.
You better duck underneath one of those covers.
There you go.
Drill through anyway.
Yeah.
All right, but as we sit here, the NFL draft is completed. I assume we're all happy with the Eagles draft. I have absolutely no clue other than what the so-called experts tell me. So.
They tell me those guys can play, so I'll just take their word for it.
I know the Cowboys draft sucked. Hi, Glenn. How you doing? But yeah, I haven't. Anybody that's been like, oh, the Eagles, they're awful pick, and all I kept hearing was how wonderfully inventive Howie Roseman was on day 3. How he kept trading all over the place, and I'm thinking, I don't get it with him. Sometimes
he was totally
drives me crazy.
He was playing the game of you can't catch me. Every time his pick would come up, he would trade back 5.
Like, nope.
And he was just like, here.
Oh no, I'm now going to go ahead. Now I'm going to go back, and it's like,
I'm not picking yet.
Of course, the first round took place while we were doing pre-production for this episode in this country.
In this country, that's right.
And we remarked. We started 8:30. We started pre-production, and the draft was already underway at that point. The Eagles picked at 22. We got to I don't know what 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock before we
finally found out. Yet.
Yeah.
And we stayed in the pre-production just to wait for the pick. To see how long. It was late.
15 minutes per pick in
that
the first
is so
round.
stupid.
Isn't that amazing?
After 15 months of doing your draft research, you need another 15 minutes. I call bullshit on the NFL.
I totally agree.
Completely.
Yeah.
You could do that in 10 minutes. You could do that in 7 minutes.
Do it in 5, for God's sakes.
What other league needs 15 minutes for their first round picks?
The
NHL was 5 minutes.
Yeah. The NBA gets
MLB?
me done in a day. The entire
Yeah,
draft is done in a day, and it's no problem.
In a matter of a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they do 10 minutes. I don't know. And the MLB, God only knows because nobody watches
Nobody
that
does.
draft.
No. That's like
It
the
is live
MLB
on
network.
it is live on the network if you're
Yeah.
at home at 11:30 on a Thursday in the middle of June. you can watch it if you would like to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's far too long. Far too long.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I mean, if anything, you need more time in the later rounds. That's what we all learned from fantasy football, right?
Yes.
Like we used to give 5 minutes for a first round pick, but everybody makes that first round pick in like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Because you already know
But-
who you're taking.
Yeah. The later rounds, you're like, oh, I don't know.
Who's the third wide receiver for the Jackson Jaguars?
Like paging
Take
through
him.
the fantasy football index to try and figure it out.
Exactly.
Just a name I know. I just need a name I know.
Is Terrell Owens still in the league?
No, it's
JC
not.
are
Damn
thinking
it.
Whiteside? What the hell? Let's pick him. You know, that kind of deal. Oh,
Who's
goodness.
his quarterback? Oh no, he sucks. He's not going to get injured.
All right. Well, let's get into the Dubby Energy fun fact, shall we? Keeping with the space theme that I started with. Try Galaxy Grenade, a custom flavor that is an explosion of watermelon, guava, and lime. Kicking your taste buds into gear.
Nice.
Get $4 off a $40 tub when you go to dubby.gg or visit the app and use our promo code Too Noobs Talking. That's TOONOO. Bzz talking. Don't say we never did nothing for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, John's pulling double duty today, so start us off with the fun fact, sir.
Okay, fun fact. There is a place called the Polar Bear Jail in Manitoba, Canada.
Okay.
It's an actual jail. for
Already
polar-
intrigued.
Yes. so I did a little research after I found out there was a facility actually called Polar Bear Jail, and they put polar bears in jail. So I'm like,
Oh,
well, why do they do this? I wanted
Yeah.
to know. So I found out why they do it. So when the ice hardens and the polar bears can walk across into these towns, they
Which would
start
be
to-
terrifying, by the way.
Yeah, they start to, make a ruckus, start illegal gambling rings. They sell crack, that kind of stuff up and down the street. So they,
Yeah.
no, just joking. So when they become a nuisance, Animal Control comes out and they put them in this jail. Obviously, they shoot them with something and they put them to sleep and they put them in these jail cells, which I believe there's 8 individual jail cells and then 4 family units, which I found hilarious.
That's amazing.
Like,
My
they're not-
God.
at least they're not SeaWorld breaking up families to keep them together. So yeah, and then they hold them there for 2 to 30 days till they can airlift them back into the wild where they belong and not in this town.
That is fantastic.
And
That's
San
awesome.
Francisco can't get people from shitting on the street. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Right? Good
polar
Lord.
bear drunkenly walking down the street. Hey, get him in the drunk tank. Let him sleep that shit off, and then we'll haul him
airlift them right out.
circle.
They lift them right on out of there.
Genius.
That's amazing. That's
Canada,
great.
you're smart.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. It's better than the chainsaw story from a couple
Yes.
of weeks ago. I'm glad you're finding more wholesome things to talk about for the
Yeah.
fun fact, John. That's a plus.
Sometimes you gotta go sideways.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into the gutter with the over 40.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
you got one that's going to start us off here.
Yeah, let's get you guys started. So I am not very active on Twitter, but I was for some reason on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it.
Twitter.
After Game 3 of the Knicks Sixers,
Yep.
after Joel Embiid, dropped 50 and made them go crying home, and the Sixers were all laughing at the players after that.
There you go.
So the Empire State Building tweeted out that Joel Embiid is now banned from the Empire State Building, which I don't know why Joel Embiid would even care that he's banned, but
Yeah.
this started off, this is why I hate New York for everything that it is. Like, they're just so damn petty. Your team sucks. Like, I don't like your team. I don't like any of your teams, but like, you put a shitty team. You don't have Julius Randle, so you're not going to beat us. But you come out like you still can beat us without your best player, and it's just annoying. Just take your lumps and go home.
Yeah.
I'm tired of these people.
What gets me is the fact that it's a building that has a Twitter account.
Yeah.
That would be like the Independence Hall having its own Twitter account and tweeting out.
It might. You never know.
If
Yeah,
it
well-
does, I'm sure it's not banning Nick players.
Maybe it should, just out of retaliation.
Maybe. Rick Brunson,
Just
get the
saying.
hell out of here. Or Jalen Brunson, get the hell out of here. Rick
Whatever
Brunson
his name
too.
is.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
Is Villanova tweeting,
Oh yeah.
"Hey, look at our players on the Knicks.
With a
Hey,
big
we
win.
have to put on the Sixers too. So you know,
We'll just lump
down the
Villanova
road,
in
right?
into New York. We're just moving it to New York City.
Yeah. You know how much of a pain it is to go through that university on the way down? Like I traveled down Route 30 on the way to church and back. Dude, the amount of traffic that university causes is such a pain in the ass. It's like you just blow that out of the way. You'd have so much room. You could have like a 4-lane highway or a 6-lane or an 8-lane highway in there. It'd be great. But no, we got to put a stupid university there. All that kind of stuff.
It's
Forget
dumb.
it. Yeah, it is dumb. Especially when they make that kind of a tweet out. It's like you're right in the backyard of the city of Philadelphia. You're literally like right down the road from like West Philly. Come on, man. Like
Yeah.
open up your eyes for God's
Yeah,
sakes.
you know where the basketball team's in Philly, like the
Yeah.
one that's playing the Knicks that have the stupid Villanova players on there.
And it also makes me wonder, guys, of all of those stupid New York teams, which one do you loathe the most? Ah, see? I'm not including the New Jersey Devils. That doesn't count or anything.
I
of that.
still hate them though. Like,
I know
'cause
they're
just-
terrible.
they're just-
Yeah.
I like their logo, but hate their team.
See, for me, it's the Mets.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
They're the most annoying fan base in the history of the universe, not the world, the universe.
I have this weird thing. I hate them all equally, but when we play them, that's where my hate just grows. Like I'm like this Sith Lord when it happened. Like I feel like I'm just strangling. Like as soon as I see you more than once a week, like when the Mets play the Phillies, like if I see you for 3 straight days,
Yeah.
I hate your water boy. I
Yeah.
hate your bat boy. I hope he trips when he comes out of the thing, and a bat flies, hits the manager. He has to go, get an ice pack. Like it's that kind of hatred.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve, what do you think there, bud?
Yeah, I think I would agree with the Mets.
The Mets? Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't care enough about the Knicks to, other than as John says, when you're playing them, yeah, the hatred comes into full
Yeah.
blast. But I just this is the first time we played them in the playoffs since what, 89?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like
Yeah, it's been a
they
long
haven't
time.
been relevant to us,
Yeah.
frankly.
It's also been we haven't been relevant to them either.
They're
I
s- but they're still not relevant.
No, no. And I think there's probably like if you ask my father, I think he would probably say the Yankees. Like, but that's old school. Like he always
Yeah.
hated the Yankees because they won all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, it makes sense. He's
I
big.
don't mind
fan.
Yankee hate.
I can totally understand it, but again, they're in the AL, we're in the NL.
Yeah.
You barely see them. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're only going to see them
Yeah.
once this year because we see all the teams. So we'll see.
Pretty
them.
much.
probably.
Yeah, we'll see them for 3
probably.
games, and that'll be it.
Yeah, we're hosting them, I think, this year or so.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
that'll be
yeah.
fun.
That'll
mean,
be
I-
weird. That'll
I
be
don't
weird
like
seeing
the-
the Yankees in the Philly Stadium. That's just
Can you
weird.
imagine? Yeah.
I don't like the Rangers. The Islanders, I
Yeah.
couldn't care less about.
Yeah, they're not a hockey team.
Yeah, no.
I hate the Giants, obviously, but they're such a sad sack franchise right now.
Yeah.
that-
Sadly, I
It's-
wanted them to come back because I think the Eagles-Giants rivalries back in the day were amazing.
Oh yeah, totally cool. But we have the upper hand now because we're playing.
we
I got
totally
your nose
do.
with I got Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Look, I got Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, yeah. So,
and the Jets are the Jets. Who gives a shit about this?
well, yeah.
They changed their uniform for the 957th time of their illustrious career. Like,
And
why
it
did
still looks the same.
I know?
Yeah.
Like, they can't, what did they add? A green stripe this time?
Oh God. Well, at least it's the same logo lettering as it was back in the 80s when it was really cool back then. So at least they've gotten that part right. Again,
Finally.
finally. It only
Finally
took
again.
them 40 years to wait a minute. Let me just see if we can do it this way.
Do you think the overall bet for the Jets jerseys next year is what color bold lettering on the inside they're going to change? Because
Yeah.
they do that all the time too. It's
No,
like
all the
black,
time.
it's white, it's black, it's white, it's black, it's white.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they should just put Aaron Rodgers' face on the side of the helmet,
I'm all for that.
and then cover it up with those
Oh, the
padding
Guardian
things,
caps?
the Guardian caps.
Don't even get me
yeah.
started with those, Steve. Oh, good Lord.
All right, well,
almighty.
so while we were all debating this, I did look up. I did not find a Twitter account specific to Independence Hall, the building itself.
Okay.
There's an Independence Hall National Park Twitter account, but not
the actual building.
Yes,
the actual building itself.
Yeah.
But I will
Which
take
is
this opportunity.
Dumb.
It is dumb.
Yeah.
I will take this opportunity to highlight my latest follow on Twitter, which is Timothy the Hippo.
Oh,
Okay.
From the San Antonio Zoo, apparently, who is running for president. And I wholeheartedly support it because I think he's better than both of the candidates we
Yes.
have now.
he could be your running
So-
mate. He could be your running mate.
Absolutely. Well, I thought John was supposed to be our running mate.
No,
Was he,
Sean was chief of staff.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
yeah, maybe.
organizing this thing. I'm putting hits out like Hillary
Yeah.
Clinton.
I don't know where that leaves me. I could be treasurer or whatever the hell. I don't even know what the hell I am.
there will be a spot for you in the administration, Matt.
Yes.
Just don't worry. Don't worry.
Lead
You,
six.
you will be in charge of keeping the administrative state in line.
Oh,
Yes.
there you go.
That's
I'll
what
lead
you're-
All
6 of
7
them.
of them when we fire.
Your
What do
job
you
is going
do?
to
They're still
Get
in
out.
orbit, except you, and you.
your job is going to be to figure out where the hell all that money is going,
There you go.
and report back in 5 years once you've
Yeah.
got it all down.
Exactly.
I'm sure, Matt.
The
I'm
second
sure.
term.
I'm sure if you just go to Kyiv, Matt, there's a laundromat on the left-hand side on Main Street. I'm
Gotta be.
sure you'll be able to find.
Yeah, there's got to be like an
somewhere.
ATM or something like that going in Kiev that's still functioning.
Definitely functioning. They're rolling it through. It's fine. Out the back.
All right. Well, we have now successfully transferred into politics. So why don't we get into topic one, gentlemen?
Let's do it.
The Supreme Court took on yet another Donald Trump case last week, hearing oral arguments on his claim that he has absolute and utter immunity from anything, anytime, anywhere.
Ugh.
Yikes.
That's a good shudder.
Yeah.
I got a CNN article here that summarized the 3 hours of hearing. Good Lord.
Oh, I'm sure
man.
that was fun.
Yeah, but the Supreme Court appeared ready to reject former President Donald Trump's claims of sweeping immunity and the broad protections he has sought to shut down his federal election subversion case, but also reluctant to give special counsel Jack Smith carte blanche to pursue those charges. Much of the hearing focused on whether there should be a distinction between official acts by Trump pursuant to his presidential duties and his private conduct. Chief Justice John Roberts at one point criticized the unanimous and scathing ruling against Trump from the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit, saying, as I read it, it says simply a former president can be prosecuted because he's being prosecuted. However, in a notable series of concessions, Trump's attorney John Sauer acknowledged that some of the alleged conduct supporting the criminal charges against the former president were private. The admission shows how much ground Sauer gave up during the hearing after Trump had made more sweeping claims in his legal briefs earlier this year, asserting that the entire prosecution should be thrown out. Gentlemen, before Thursday, which I think was, I don't remember when the hearing was, but before the hearing, I was kind of like, yeah, this is, who cares? We're not going to talk about it. But upon reading some of the things I saw from the hearing, it actually does sort of raise an interesting question, because initially I thought, well, it would be stupid for the president to have immunity. But then you start thinking through some of the hypotheticals and you're like, well, actually, in some cases, he probably should.
I would hope.
And in some cases, probably shouldn't. And so...
Also, I would hope.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's actually a much more nuanced proceeding than I kind of initially had imagined. I thought it was really kind of all or nothing, like either Trump is absolved for anything, anytime, anywhere, or he's got to face the music for anything he's ever done,
Yeah.
president or not.
Yeah.
Matt, I don't know. Let's get your take first on this.
Yeah, this is, I was kind of debating this back and forth because my first initial thought, I think, was, oh God, like we're talking about immunity, meaning that he has carte blanche over everything. And I can understand the left's concern over that, specifically, but I can also, you could also apply that to any conservative with Joe Biden. And if anything, I think the problem has been that the executive powers that have been signed, the executive orders that the president can just do, have just been done in a carte blanche format. Like, it's just like, oh, we're just going to sign this just because I'm the president of the United States and I could just do this for whatever the hell. I don't have to go to Congress for this or that. And you tend to think as an American, well, wait a minute, there's checks and balances in this thing, right? I mean, that's what this whole functioning representative republic, not a democracy, a representative republic, which is what we are. That's what it's supposed to be. There's supposed to be a check and a balance here. The problem is 1/3 Congress isn't doing their job. They basically are just sitting around doing absolutely nothing, and they have done nothing really, I guess, ever since Reagan left office in '89. Ever since then, they haven't done jack shit.
Well, they've been because
Yeah.
that's top 5 on the list.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's interesting here. I just pulled this up. The Constitution explicitly assigns the president the power to sign or veto legislation. Well, when's the last time that's happened? Command the armed forces. That's
TikTok.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Ask for the written opinion of their cabinet. Interesting. Convene or adjourn Congress. Grant reprieve or pardon. And receive ambassadors. Basically, he can assign ambassadors to all the countries in the world, of course. The president shall take care that the laws are faithfully executed. The president has the power to appoint and remove executive officers. He can make a treaty, but it has to be ratified by 2/3 of the Senate. As according to the Foreign Affairs functions not otherwise granted to Congress or shared with the Senate. That's just from Wikipedia, so take for that what you will. But yeah, just a grain of salt, right? But yeah, I don't know, guys. Total immunity, I think, is the issue here.
Yes.
And I think that is where I get tripped up on. I don't know what you guys think. Be curious what you guys think.
Like you guys, hearing the total immunity, and I thought it was all or nothing too. Like, that was when it first was in the appeals, and then it got sent to the Supreme Court, and they said they were going to hear it. I'm like, okay, I was happy when the Supreme Court took it, because on the appellate level, it was literally all or nothing. And I like now that the Supreme Court has it, because they're picking away at it.
Yeah.
And that's what the Supreme Court does. Their opinion can be taken from, it's not going to go this way and it's not going to go this way. But this might stick, because this is an important thing that we might need to talk about. So that makes me happy, at least that they heard it, and they'll write an opinion that, from what they've been doing the last 2 years, some sense and sensibility comes out of that building. So I'm okay with that. Like, I'm glad that they're holding on to it.
Yeah.
But just the absolute immunity thing is just nuts for anybody.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be a human on the planet that has absolute immunity for anything.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
But the thing that put me kind of back towards the middle was, do you think, well, all right, no immunity, that's just stupid. But the first thing that came to mind after kind of hearing what went on in the hearing was like, well, so Obama had Osama bin Laden killed.
Yep.
So once he left office, are we supposed to then prosecute Obama for murder? Like,
no.
It's part of his official duty, I think, to be taking care of the citizens of the United States.
Yes.
By offing the terrorist leader of the free world.
Yes.
Well, think how ridiculous it is, because the president has to come out and announce when that stuff happens. So directly when they have somebody killed, for lack of better saying, they actually have to come out and tell everybody that they did it.
Yeah.
Like, they don't. It's not like we assume that Obama said, "Yo, we killed him." Like,
well, and there goes your Fifth Amendment.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
fight yourself.
Yeah.
So by action of office, you have to commit the crime and then admit to the crime, and then we're not going to give you immunity for that?
Yeah.
That seems a little weird.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And again, I keep going back to the fact that that Obama he is the supreme commander of all of the American forces, all the armed forces. So in that regard, he does have immunity, but there is a check and a balance on him to make sure that the mission is fulfilled. The mission was assassinate Osama bin Laden. Whatever you have to do, find him, kill him. Because he obviously harmed 3,000 Americans on 9/11. Pretty straightforward. You find the guy who did it and you off him, period. Yeah. And so he had that And I believe that was granted by Congress in 2001. It was granted by Congress to then President George Bush to locate this guy and to off him and send him to, whatever. So, yes, but there is that check and the balance. You can see that.
That also puts it on Congress, though.
It does.
Because they're ordering it too. So,
and again, that comes from the people. The people obviously knew that they had to have their government stand up in the face of evil and say, put a stop to this, because we cannot live like this, obviously, for obvious reasons. But yeah, the check is, he does only this. You set the terms, you define the terms, and you make sure that you follow it to the letter of the law, and you off them. And that's it. You don't go after anybody else or whatever the case may be. Now, the whole idea with Ukraine, well, that's a whole nother side story that we need to probably not get into, but that's a whole separate... That we won't.
All right, so let me, just from this article, let me give you a couple of the snippets of examples that the justices uses in questioning the attorneys on both sides here.
Yeah.
Justice Kagan tossed to Trump's attorney, what would happen if a president ordered the military to stage a coup? Could that be prosecuted under Trump's theory? And Trump's attorney Sauer responded that a president would first have to be impeached and convicted before he could be charged criminally. Kagan fired back by asking what would happen if the order came on the final days of a presidency and there was not time to impeach or convict. She said, you're saying that's an official act? That's immune? Sauer had to acknowledge that under Trump's theory, it could well be. And Kagan responded, that sure sounds bad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If there's no threat of criminal prosecution, what prevents the president from just doing whatever he wants? That's from Justice Jackson. I'm trying to understand what the disincentive is from turning the Oval Office into the seat of criminal activity in this country. And then from the other side, you have Justice Alito went as far to suggest that denying ex-presidents immunity would discourage peaceful transfers of power because outgoing presidents who lost hotly contested elections would not want to depart peacefully if they were concerned they'd be prosecuted by their political rival.
Spot on.
The kind of stuff that happens in, say, I don't know, Russia.
Yeah. Or January 6th.
Yeah. Sounds like Venezuela to me.
Yeah.
So I think it sounds to me like we're carving it down from total immunity and no immunity to there's got to be some immunity in some circumstances. And it sounds to me like the dividing line is going to be official actions versus private.
Yes.
And it sounds like that's probably a good dividing line for me. I don't know where else you might put that dividing line. Matt, your closing thoughts on where you think that dividing line ought to be presented.
Gosh, yeah, we could go for hours on that. My thought would be, if I had to summarize it really quickly, it's a matter of conscience, to be perfectly honest. And, if you lose a hotly contested election, are you enough of a man to say, okay, for the good of the country, I am going to step down. I may not like what had happened in the election, and I could try and contest it as best I can. But if the people say I'm out, I graciously say, okay, I'm out, but I will be back, that kind of a deal, or something along those lines. I don't think that ever took place, to be perfectly honest. I think Trump was so determined and narcissistic and egotistical that he didn't want to lose. And I can understand it, but sometimes you have to step down. Sometimes you have to step down and just say, you know what? Okay, lick my wounds, move on.
I agree with you, but I also think Alito was getting towards the other side of that. Suppose you have a hotly contested election.
Yeah.
You lose, and now the guy who's coming into power is like, you know what?
I'm going to get rid of him.
Screw you over.
Yeah. Get rid of him once and for all.
That's worse. That is far worse, because then you're talking about a Soviet-style Vladimir Putin type of situation going on here, where he's off in his political rivals and things along those lines. That's something we do not want in this representative republic. I want to make sure
in this country.
Yes,
in this country, because that's what we are.
Yeah. All right, John.
It's very simple to me. We all have jobs, and we all, have a code of conduct that we have to follow, because we could not have a job with a certain client or a certain place because we do something that might look bad on the company or on. I think the president should kind of hold that standard. Should be like, yes, there are. If you're just gonna go out wielding an axe on the lawn of the White House chasing people, it's probably you don't get immune to that, right? Like that looks bad on us. But if you make an official act at work and you have to fire somebody or have to do something that is, per the job, that isn't held against you by the company going, well, you're a bad person because you fired a bad employee or you fired one of our friends, so you're fired, like that kind of thing. So I think it just needs to be simply written like that. It's there. He has a job, the president. Doesn't matter which one or whoever is going to be. The president has a job to do. If he does the job the way he's supposed to, you can't touch him there. But if he's an idiot and he, commandeers the motorcade and starts crashing up cars, you might be able to put him in jail for that.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll see how the opinion turns out. Lex Luger. All right, I think we're going to try to set a record today for how many times we can say carte blanche. We've already got 3 in topic 1.
Nice.
So
we already have a Lex Luger reference too. So there you go. So that's I'm tallying that one up.
Well, you mentioned narcissist, so I had to go.
Lex Luger.
All right, Matt. Let's throw a little Lex Luger calendar up there. We'll just have it flexing like you did in the narcissist, and it'll just pull up 1, 2, ding, ding, ding. It'd be awesome.
That's awesome.
What a gimmick for what a piece of shit. Let me tell you. Like, art imitates life. Life imitates art.
It's art.
That was one. That was one for the Ooges.
It was. Oh
just
my gosh.
listen to an interview. He'll tell you.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. Well, topic 2, some actual good news here for once, gentlemen. The Department of Transportation, or DOT, on Wednesday announced it is rolling out new rules that will require airlines to automatically
keep the planes in the air. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Automatically give cash refunds to passengers for canceled and significantly delayed flights because they can't keep the wheels in the air.
Yeah.
This is a big day for America's flying public, said Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. Airlines can no longer decide how long a delay must be before a refund is issued. Under the new DOT rules, the delays covered would be more than 3 hours for domestic flights and more than 6 hours for international flights. DOT will also require airlines to give cash refunds if your bags are lost and not delivered within 12 hours.
Whoa. Okay.
The refunds must be issued within 7 days, according to the new DOT rules, and must be in cash unless the passenger chooses another form of compensation. Our airlines can no longer issue refunds in forms of vouchers or credits when consumers are entitled to receive cash. John, you don't fly ever, so I don't know if this applies to you. What's your take on that?
It's partially because I don't want it to fall out of the sky. I'm just stepping back for a minute because I'm a little suspect over there with the stuff coming out.
Sorry, this is a pellet there. I don't know.
The DOT, Department of Transportation, has changed a lot of rules in the last 7 years. This one makes sense. There's a lot of them that don't make any sense. Just ask California. Just ask the state of California with trucks driving in there. Like oh my God,
can't even imagine.
They will find a violation if you drive through their state. They will find one. Their book is like that thick.
Oh goodness!
Oh, you sneezed at the stoplight. Right. Yep. This is a good one. This is I flew a lot prior to 2020, and there was a lot of issues with we're flying super early in the morning and plane ain't showing up, and then you're stuck there, and they're like, oh well, we'll get you on a flight tomorrow, and then you basically losing a day of productivity because actually I've had a couple of flights just flat out canceled.
Wow,
it's going to be an hour and a half delay, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll just go to the bar or whatever,
to eat or
get
something.
Some food. I'll just wait that hour and a half, and then you get back to the terminal an hour later, and it's like, yeah, that thing ain't coming. Like, and you're like,
But we'll
now
give
what-
you 50% off your next flight.
yeah, exactly. What do I do now? Like, I'm literally, you make us show up 5.5 hours before the flight. Like, your whole
Oh.
day's ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Gosh, there's so much to part and parcel of all of this.
No story as real quick. Let me just end it with
Yeah,
this.
go ahead,
No
Johnny.
story has ever been told. Well, my flight was delayed, so I was able to catch up on, or
Yeah.
I was able to. It's
Right.
always my day was ruined because
Yeah.
the flight.
Yep. Yes.
Good on them.
I really wished that the airlines could have, listened to the voice of the customer instead of getting the Department of Transportation involved in all of this. I think this was a gigantic missed opportunity for some airline, any one of the American airlines, in the entire marketplace, to step forward and say, we hear what you're saying, customer, we are going to refund you. But no, we had to go to the administrative state in order to get it solved. So that was the only downside to me. No one had the ingenuity, no one had the creativity to go out and say, hey, you know what? There's a lot of pissed off customers here. We're rescheduling flights. We're losing bags all over the place. Here's what we will do for you. Instead of offering credits, we're going to give you a cash reimbursement of $500,000, whatever the case may be. We'll put you up in a hotel for a night. We'll bend over backwards to make sure that you are taken care of and compensated, properly compensated for it. The fact that the administrative state had to do this, gents, that drives me crazy. Because
Where is the large company that will
yes,
willingly give money back to you?
I know.
Come on.
Nowhere. I give them this pass because door plugs are flying out of airplanes and wheels
Yeah.
are falling off.
I get it because it's like, and the economy sucks, but it's like you got to do what's right by the customer. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do what's right. What a gigantic missed opportunity by the airline industry in this country.
Absolutely. But a good opportunity by the federal government to actually do something for people.
Yeah, but I mean,
Like,
you know me, John, and my libertarian
Matt
streak.
doesn't want to admit
yeah,
that they can do it.
I mean, just as much as saying if Delta, let's say, did it, I'd be like, damn, what a good job, Delta. I'm going to give DOT, like I said,
Yeah.
a lot of changes in 7 years. This one's
Yeah.
not being overlooked. I mean, it's
Yeah.
actually a smart one.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally agree.
Well, it may be that John is happy that DOT found him not fat this time
Yes,
around.
yes,
So
absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
here's the other perspective from the Airlines for America. So Buttigieg reiterated that the refund requirements are already the standard for airlines, but the new DOT rules hold the airlines to account and make sure passengers get the refunds that are owed to them. Airlines are not enthusiastic about us holding them to a higher standard, Buttigieg said, adding that he knows they will be able to adapt this. Airlines for America, the trade association for the country's leading passenger and cargo airlines, told ABC News in a statement that its members
we
offer
go.
a range of options, including fully refundable fares. It said consumers are given the choice of refundable ticket options with terms and conditions that best fit their needs at first search results.
That's a lie. They offer you bingo chips and
Yeah.
random hotel stays at a hotel that's in the airport that doesn't have anything near it, so you can't even you're just gonna sit in your room like a jail cell. And
Missed
you know why they do
opportunity.
that? Because they have an underhanded. Oh well,
They got your money.
yeah, we got your
Yeah.
money. They're kicking customers to this hotel. They're kicking free hotel rooms because of all the customers that stay there, and it's all a game. And they're lying when they're saying that. Oh, we have range of
Yeah.
options. No, you
Let
get
me-
nothing.
Let me pose
Yeah.
this to you, gentlemen, because hotels, let's use that as an example.
Yeah.
Yes, you put down a deposit, but you don't pay in full until your stay is completed.
Correct.
Why can't we? Taxi. You get in a taxi, you don't pay till the ride's over,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Why
Yep.
can't we put a deposit down for the airline tickets and then pay in full once your flight gets to where it's
Yeah,
supposed to go
that
within a reasonable amount of time? How
Do
about
you
that?
hear this? Do you hear this, airline industry? That is called an ingenious solution. That's what you should be doing, and what
But
you should have
Matt-
done.
Matt, we need fart seats. We don't need normal behavior of how these things are run. No, we need to stack them and pack them. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
600 people to New York right now.
The problem I see is you're paying for these flights 3-4 months ahead of time often.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Sometimes because
Longer.
you plan a trip 6 months in advance, you're paying for the plane ticket. You're not waiting until the last minute to buy your plane tickets.
No.
Usually that's business. You have something, meeting comes up, you gotta get somewhere
you gotta
quickly.
go and
But a lot of people, when they're planning trips, it's months in advance. So the airline is getting this money. The reason they don't want to give it to you back is because it's already in their bank.
Yeah, they already spent it. It already went somewhere.
So it's hard to give it back.
Yeah.
Why can't we move to a model where they get paid in full once they've rendered the service in full?
Because they can't stack
That would
and
be
pack.
better. That what you just proposed is something that should be worth investigating, Steve. And I'm being dead serious because it's
100.
not enough to just refund it back. Everybody wants to refund. I get it. But this, you want to talk about holding airlines to account. That is a brilliant thing that you could do to only put down a partial deposit, let's say. And then all of a sudden, let's just say, okay, well, then the flight's canceled. Guess what? You're only refunding back that deposit you made.
Yeah.
You're not refunding the whole thing.
Yeah.
You're only refunding a partial deposit.
If we dig,
That's
if we
brilliant.
dig deeper into this, you could set it up for you pay half if it's an international flight because it's a long flight, right? So you're going to want to hold the seat for that. But a domestic flight, even let's just say a Houston to Austin, which is a 45-minute to an hour and a half flight, that could be $15 because the flight's only going to be $100.
Yeah.
Right? You would have to scale it, I think.
Yeah.
So that they would at least make some money because I don't want them to stop fixing shit because they don't have the money to fix shit.
They might want to start fixing airplanes. That's insane. That's another issue. But
And if you're worried about, well, they're not going to pay once they get to it, you could do it like a hotel does it. You take the credit card up front.
Yeah.
And then when the flight's completed, cha-ching, that's when you charge the card. You don't have to have them hand over the card again.
Yeah.
That also would make people, I think that would make more people fly because you're not planning a Disney trip a year from now going, oh crap, I need $6,000 right now. What you're doing is, I could put a down payment on this. Hey, if I work overtime in like June and July, I could pay for this trip easy. Maybe more people would travel. You would make more money. The economy might be better.
Yeah.
Josh,
See, look at that.
What?
We're geniuses.
We just get together for 3 hours a week and we've solved all the world's problems.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Using your little noggin.
On to NBA refereeing. Let's go.
All right, so that was just a perfect example of don't be boobs, follow the noobs, because we're onto something here.
Yeah.
And if you want more good stuff, you go to our website. That's toonoobstalking.wordpress.com. TOONOOBS talking. Okay, you go there, you find our old episodes. You can watch them all the way back to 140. And if you want to see something earlier than that, it'll take you to our YouTube channel where you should like, share, and subscribe because we put all kinds of good content on there, people. Look at it.
Yeah, like don't dig through the Great Wall of China, lazy bastard.
Yeah, it's probably good advice.
Great story.
And also
Raising
good
kids
advice.
all day long over here.
Also, good advice is if you don't have time to watch us, you want to work or do something, play while you're listening to us, that's great too. We've got links to all kinds of different sites where you can download our audio version of the podcast. And if you don't like any of those, you can take our RSS feed, plug that into your podcatcher, and get whatever you do like, you jackass. Just use a popular one. Come on, don't be one of those people. It's like, oh, I use John FM.
I use Apple.
Well, it's very, very famous. Come on.
Don't be a snob and don't be a boob. Follow the news.
There you go.
Okay. Topic 3, weird file, guys.
Hey, it's the return of the weird file. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
This one was just too weird to pass up because I had flashbacks to
Oregon Trail.
No, those were 8-inch floppies.
Yes. Oh, those were 8-inch. Okay.
Yeah. No, I had a flashback to when we got my father
to record.
We got my father an
2024.
iPod. We got him an iPod for Christmas or his birthday or something in 2003-ish. And our computer at the time was purchased in 1999.
Okay.
The hard drive on the computer only had 6 gigs of memory.
Oh my gosh. Can you
And
imagine?
my mom was trying to figure out why she couldn't get the music loaded onto my dad's iPod. It was because the iPod itself had more friggin' memory than the hard drive of the computer.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But apparently San Francisco's light rail wasn't even using hard drives. We got floppies.
Nice.
Here's an article from the Register. Those taking public transport in the tech hub of San Francisco may be reassured to know their rides will soon no longer be dependent on floppy disks.
Yeah.
San Francisco Municipal Transportation Agency's Director of Transportation, Jeffrey Tumlin, told ABC the city's automatic light rail control system is running on outdated tech and relies on 3.5-inch floppy disks to boot up.
Wow.
You don't say.
It's a question of risk, he explained in a 3-minute segment about the floppy replacement project.
Really?
The system is currently working just fine, but we know that with each increasing year, the risk of data degradation on the floppy disks increases.
By
And that
the
at some
way,
point it will be a catastrophic failure.
By the way, back in 1996, my science teacher was talking about this in high school, about how we needed to get away from the floppy disk because of data degradation.
Oh, goodness.
It's 2024.
The agency noted that its system was installed in 1998 when floppies were still in common use. And apparently these people think computers didn't have hard drives, which doesn't exactly
Lord.
match reality since hard drives were already very common at the time, ranging in size from 5 gigs to 16.8 gigabytes.
Wow.
Yet here we are running on the floppy disks.
Oh.
Matt, lean 6 this for me, will you?
Oh, yeah. Real simple. You just ditch it and you just reinstall.
See, Steve, what you do is you turn the power off of the floppy disk drive. You unplug that son of a bitch. You throw it on the railway. You buy a computer from Best Buy. You stick one of these bastards in it. And you just hit. That's what you do.
That's what you do.
Am I right, Matt?
So I have so many multiple questions. One, I want to know the operating system, what it's running on.
Windows NT.
That's yeah, exactly. It's either that or Windows 95 or 98. No question. But I love Windows NT. I think that was hilarious.
Yes.
But my God.
Just a screen with some files on it.
Now, can you imagine? This is San Francisco. Let's think about this. This is San Francisco. This is the heart of the tech industry, right? You're in the gold mine. No pun intended. You're in the gold mine of the tech industry, and you're running a transportation authority on a floppy disk. I do not understand this.
Makes a
Well,
lot of
it's only light rail. It's not like they were heavy rail. Come on.
Exactly. Sound like they're running the big boys with this. They're just
Oh, my
putting the cast of
goodness.
Full House up a hill.
What is happening? I don't get it. Oh man, that's just hilarious. I love that money quote too. It's just like, oh yeah, there's data degradation. Well, you don't say. I mean,
As
my
John pointed
God.
out, we knew that in the 90s.
Yeah,
Yes.
easily. Like,
Yes.
I knew
Oh.
that. We had floppy disks and they would fail constantly,
Yeah. All the time.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
And
I
if you even
had-
got if you even had like a rainstorm and you didn't have it covered, forget it. It was dead. You know, that kind of a deal.
you prayed every time you popped that sucker into the disk drive.
Oh,
'Cause
heck yeah.
every
it
time.
works,
I hope nobody put their fingerprints on my favorite game.
right?
That
You know what I
too.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and
Especially when you
Nintendo
want to
has
play
more power than a floppy disk.
especially when you want to play the Oregon Trail. Oh my God. That was
Yeah.
like horrible if you had like something where you had like a smudge of fingerprint. It's like, God damn it.
By the way, I tried to download that on my phone. There are 2 games that I love back from the Atari days, the Ports of Call and Oregon Trail. There's a copy that you can download on your phone. And kiss my butt, whoever owns Oregon Trail. I'm not paying $24 to play that stupid game on my phone.
Yeah.
I thought it would be free and it would be like in-app purchase. No, they want $24 before you could even download it. I was
Wow.
like, you know
Believe
what?
that.
My childhood's over. I'm not
You
going back.
ruined everything, damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
John has died of dysentery.
Yes, twice.
And Matt has gone out hunting 4 times and has caught only 3 squirrels.
Yes,
Never seemed to bag that
Yep.
bear.
Can't find that bear or the buffalo. Forget it.
but he has a lot of hats.
Well, he purchased those in Kansas City before he left
Exactly.
for
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
It's a long, cold winter, man.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
I mean, guys, why?
Why? Yeah.
We're running 21st century trains on
Yeah.
freaking 90s technology.
In a major metropolitan city in the United States of
I
America.
thought SEPTA was bad. This is like
Yeah. Yeah.
No, this is, and I hate to hate on California so much, but this
But we will.
it is not shocking.
No.
From down from the governor to the mayor
Yeah.
to the way they
The city
run their-
council?
the way they run their cities with these rules and law. So there is a prominent company that we
Yep.
work for that is out of California, but they're all over the country. The environmental rules that this poor company that is in Texas and other states that is in California have to follow
Yeah.
is amazing because of the law. It's not the company's fault. It's the laws
Yeah.
in California that it just makes everybody's life a living hell.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm not shocked at all.
from that perspective, I'm frankly shocked California lets them run with floppy disks. You'd think by this point they would find them to be cancer causing. Like,
Yeah.
no, you can't use floppies.
No, they like the things like the metal strip getting stuck and you can't put it in, you can't get it out. The train's just gonna blow right through the stoplight.
You ever just take the metal part and then just flick it like
Yeah. Every time I was waiting for my other game to load because
Oh,
Right.
goodness.
come on, Winter Gates, load up.
Well, to make you guys feel even better,
Okay.
before folks start panicking, it's worth remembering the use of floppy disks is not uncommon in embedded systems. Bear in mind that the U.S. nuclear arsenal
Yes.
ran off 8-inch floppies until 2019.
Ugh.
It's the way stuff was done when these systems were built last century. I mean, really, all you need to know is missile go up, point
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's so there's not really much point to have a whole lot of computing power behind that.
So in other words, if the Soviet Union was going to fire something or Russia was going to fire something else, we had to rely on 8-inch floppy in order
And
for
Loading,
And
Someone
Homer
type in
Simpson. Yeah. And Homer
one and
Simpson.
hit Y. Yeah.
loading, loading, loading.
What if,
Yeah.
what if you hit Y and Y didn't come up, and then you hit Y, and then that's a code for something else? See, that's the thing. I need. We
Just sitting
need
there
to
trying
get
to
to the
press this
21st
thing.
century where it says execute, and then it says you execute it. I need
Yeah.
confirmation.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Yes, that is the greatest invention in the world.
So I'll relay this story. When I was in college, just for shits and giggles, I took a course on Java script.
Of course you would.
No, it was Java programming.
Okay.
This was between physics and probably 8 languages that he was taking at the same time. Smart guy.
The professor who was teaching the Java programming course had been a computer programmer in the Soviet Union
Nice.
back when you programmed with the punch cards.
That is
Wow.
awesome.
So I'm somewhat shocked San Francisco wasn't running its light rail on the punch cards.
Punch cards.
They're running the heavy rail on the punch cards.
They
Yeah,
might
that's
be
right.
upgrading to the punch cards because they like to do everything backwards.
Yeah.
And now we shall look down our noses at the rest of the country and their mascots, because
Yes.
we have the best mascots here in Philadelphia.
We do. We
Yeah,
for the
really
most
do.
Yes.
As Matt poses as the Florida Panther, the
My-
proud Florida
now,
Panther.
now known as the Miami Mats because we just bought a team,
I'll still root for him. It's okay.
and
There
all
you go.
all the players are traded to the Flyers now.
There you go.
The franchise and dissolve them in the Flyers organization.
There you go. There you
Right.
go.
So John had an idea to do a mascot tournament of 16.
Yes.
But I realized quite quickly that having either the Phanatic
Yeah.
or Gritty in that tournament would just be unfair because everyone knows they're the best and we would vote for them. And so it takes all of the drama out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we collectively decided as a group that begrudgingly, no Philadelphia mascots will be present in this tournament. That includes professional and college teams, including those college teams who claim to be from Philadelphia but are in fact not, because they're openly post for the Knicks players.
And they're on the main line. How dare they? Those snooty bat. No.
Right to
wine and their cheese. How dare they?
Right to all complaints to Matt at 555.
I'm not begrudging anybody that works hard and makes money. I'm just saying.
Oh, just joking.
So I shall turn it over to John to run the tournament, and he will run through our brackets, and Matt and I will make the decisions.
Yes.
I hope that you have planned this out on something other than a floppy disk.
Yes,
drive.
it's
okay.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice.
And paper,
And
because that's easier. Doesn't erase.
No degradation there unless you throw it in the water.
So the idea, just to give a little background, because this is going to go pretty quick. A little background was I happened to be sitting around that day, and it was the Philly Phanatic's birthday, and I was thinking about how cool it was because the Baltimore Oriole was there, and there was a couple other ones, and the Iron Pig was there. The I forget his name, but the inflatable pig, he's my favorite.
Mr. Met was there, by the way.
Mr. Met was there, yes.
Yeah.
Which got booed too, which was great.
Yeah.
He got booed.
Of course it did.
So I was, and I also at the same time, it was funny when Steve sent this text, I was going, you know what? I really like those hats, man. They should have put them on the helmet. And
Yes.
Steve immediately texted, goes, I like those hats. I'm sure John hates them. And I was like, and that's what prompted me. I'm like, we need to do a tournament of mascots. And then, of course, like Steve said, we decided that everybody at the Phanatic party from Philadelphia would have, easily beaten anybody else outside.
For those who didn't see it, the Phillies that day wore hats they were blue hats that had a picture of the Phanatic as the logo.
Yes.
That would have been 1,000 times better than the City Connect shit.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And did you see Bryce Harper bought him a glove?
Did
That
he
was
really?
awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
he had
Nice.
a big glove and a big box. Their relationship is so wholesome. I just love it. I love everything about it.
Who doesn't
think-
love the Phanatic?
I think Travis
but-
Konechny should have the same kind of relationship with Gritty
Oh,
as
there you
Bryce
go.
Harper has with the Phanatic.
There
But
you
I
go.
think Gritty would just take it too seriously, and then he would start stalking DK, and then DK would leave the team.
Right. Maybe that's why Drew's not here anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Even during the celebration of the Phanatic, Gritty was creepy. Like he kept showing up behind the Phanatic like he was gonna off him. Like, God.
He stared down somebody as they were all leaving the field for something. I forget what exactly
And
it was
then
he was
wiggled
looking
his
at.
eyes.
Yeah. Well, because that's what you do.
That's
So let's
right.
get on to all these fake mascots that don't
Right.
deserve any kind of championship.
Let's go.
So Matt, I will start with you.
Okay.
So the number one, the unanimous number one seed in my mind
Okay.
is taking on the 16.
We all agreed. We all
Yes.
agreed.
The 16 seed.
Okay.
So Matt, we have Mr. San Diego Chicken, the greatest mascot of all time,
Yep.
Outside of Philadelphia.
outside of Philadelphia, is taking on the Stanford Tree.
We were reaching when we got down to that level,
You
guys.
need
Yeah, it
some
was pretty
losers
bad.
when
Yeah.
you've got a number one seed this big.
Yeah, my gosh. San Diego Chicken. Are you kidding me? We got to put him in
Chicken's
easily
moving
into the
on.
Elite Eight. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Steve, this is actually, I think these are both your choice when we were talking.
Oh,
We
boy.
have-
Okay.
Ugga, the dog from Georgia, the real dog.
The real dog.
Yeah,
Yes.
not the fake dog.
Right.
Because they do have a Ugga look in
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something, but not
Yeah.
that one, the real dog. That
Yeah,
eats
real
better
one.
than I do.
I think we're up to Ugga 9 now, or
Yeah.
Ugga 10.
Yeah.
I saw him on Animal Planet. That's why I
Yes,
know.
and he eats better than we do.
Probably. He has a little air-conditioned hut on the
Yep.
field. It's
Oh
amazing.
yeah, he does.
Crazy.
He is taking on the 15 seed Steely McBeam.
Does anyone know when Steely McBeam first came about?
I have no idea.
I would say probably definitely post merger when the Steelers and Eagles were together.
Yeah, so past
I
30.
want to say in the 80s. I wouldn't be
I'm gonna
surprised
say
if it was in the 70s.
34. Like as soon as it was over, they were like, "We need a Steely McBeam."
Yeah.
I'm just Steely McBeam, just like you're not even trying. You're just, you're just making shit up at that. At least UGA is based on something like University of Georgia, UGA, UGA.
Yeah.
We're the Steelers.
Yeah.
We need a big man with a good chin. Let's call him Steely McBeam.
Who has an Irish last name for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh, right. We're moving UGA on this one.
Okay.
For
there
sure.
you go.
UGA has moved on.
Okay.
Bulldogs are awesome.
Yes, they are.
And I mean the animals.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not the old Philadelphia Bulldogs roller hockey. No.
I forgot they even existed.
Yeah, that's
Good
right.
logo, though. Good logo.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going, what is this?
Let's see.
8-9.
8-9. Okay.
You have the Baltimore Oriole bird. That's the actual name of the bird, is the Oriole bird.
Bird? Okay.
The Oriole bird. So it's T-O-B is his initial.
Okay.
He's taking on the other most famous, the Raptor. First name the, last name Raptor.
Oh, man. Boy, that's a tough 8-9.
8-9s usually are pretty tough.
They are very tough. I'm going to lean towards the Oriole bird, though.
The
Oriole bird and a mild upset.
You disappoint me.
Right. You have an interesting one here,
to
Steve.
do that for you, Steve. It's always disappoint you. There you go.
Oh, just you wait, Mr. Craig. Just you wait.
You have the 310. You have
the
314. First of
314.
I'm sorry, 314. You know, I should probably move.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Move that out of the way because I wrote over top of it. 314.
Oh, there you go.
We have the first of two mascots from this franchise on the list. We have the running sausages.
Are they the three?
They are the three because they're great. They're great.
There you go.
And they're taking on the Montreal Canadiens. I think it's Youppi.
Youppi.
You know, just curse me down for having a flag on my wall. Whatever you want to do on this clip, whatever his name is.
Well, I think we were all in agreement that the NHL, while they have some nice mascots, none of them really rise to the level of what you would call iconic, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Some nice mascots, but none of them really are like, oh man, him. And Youppi was really the only one where it was like, anybody's really kind of heard of him.
Yeah.
Gritty is, there's Gritty up here, and then there's everybody else. And Youppi is the top of everybody else.
Yeah.
And the 3 seed is My Wife Has a Dream, and that dream is to run as one of the
That's awesome.
Milwaukee Sausages. So the sausages move on.
Yo, Milwaukee, make this happen.
That's funny.
If only we had more clout with this podcast.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
get it. We'll get it, and we will hold them accountable.
Nice.
I want carte blanche.
Nice.
4. Narcissist Lex Luger, give me a 4.
That's funny.
All right, we're going
All right,
5-12 here. You got the 12 seed, Rocky. I think he's a mountain lion for the Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
He can't be a regular lion. They don't live in...
I don't know. He's Rocky. That's all I know about him.
Okay.
And he kind of looks like most of the cartoon characters on cereal boxes. He's taking on the other one, Bernie the Brewer.
Oh, man.
The guy that goes down the slide when they hit a home run. And
That's the throw. Yeah.
When Reese hits 20, he's going to have to slide down 20 times.
Slide down to 20 times. I'm going to go with the mild upset. Bernie the Brewer. Moving on. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Bernie's in.
Terrible.
Bernie's in. All right, here you go, Steve. You get your redemption. I don't even know what seeding this is because I messed it up. I put 314 and 314. So it's the one below 314.
That would be 7-10 there, bud.
Okay.
Ooh, 7-10. Okay.
All right. The 7-10
give
seed.
you a split.
Yes. We have the Chicago Bull taking on Mr. Met.
You got to go with the Chicago Bull. Come on.
Oh, there you go.
That's like putting Michael Jordan against LeBron James.
Yeah,
You always have to take Michael Jordan.
Yeah, you have to check Jordan. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Then the Bull goes.
Yeah. Whatever his name is.
Absolutely. Yeah. Benny, no, isn't Benny the Bull from Dora the Explorer?
Probably. All I know
would
is
still be
backpack,
over Mr.
backpack.
Met.
I need a map. That's all
Oh,
I know. So I don't know who she.
Yeah, and it would still be over Mr. Met. He's worthless.
The only thing I remember from Dora the Explorer is Benny the Bull is at one point he got turned into a potato for some reason.
Yeah. And I'm taking Boots over all these mascots.
There you go.
He's a protected monkey. You don't send a 4-year-old out into the world without a protected monkey. I'm just saying.
That's funny.
So we have Mike the Tiger. I think he's the LSU Tiger.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, he's the LSU Tiger, taking on one of my personal favorites, and you can hate me for it. That stupid Marlin that runs around in the Miami Marlin Stadium. He's awesome. I love fish.
What's this seating?
Is that the 413, Johnny?
Yeah, it's a 413.
413.
Okay.
Yes.
Who's the 4 is the Tiger?
4 is the Tiger.
Yeah, you know what? Tiger. I mean, I get your idea of the fish there, Johnny, but we don't even know the guy's name, so I'm gonna go.
No, I love. He runs around all the time. It's great.
Yeah, I know. It's
Don't they all? I mean,
yes, but he's a fish, and I see him all the time. And it seems like the Phillies play in Marlins Park 162 times a year.
Pretty much.
When they play the Marlins, so I feel like I know him really well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's funny. All right, and then the final first round matchup, the 6-11, John. What do you got?
The 6-11. We have the Phoenix Suns Gorilla.
Oh.
Taking on the Notre Dame Leprechaun, which just so everybody knows, I have family that likes Notre Dame. I thought I knew a lot about Notre Dame. I didn't even know it had a leprechaun or a mascot at all. I knew nothing about this guy. So he got booted all the way down.
Nice.
Right, get that shit out of here. Okay. The Phoenix Sun Gorilla can friggin' dunk.
Yes.
Like Mac McClung, so he's going.
Hell yeah. Love it.
Put him in the NBA dunk competition. Revitalize that.
I bet if we go one-on-one, Suns Gorilla versus LeBron James' children, he would beat them all.
Oh, I have no doubt he would. Especially in a one-on-one. Are you kidding me?
All right, Matt, we're back to the number 1 seed, San Diego Chicken.
Oh.
I just love I get to say that for the podcast the whole time. Taking on the Oriole Bird. Just so we're clear, the Oriole Bird.
The Oriole Bird. Not just the bird.
Not just the Oriole bird, like I thought it was. The Oriole Bird. So
well, he's going to get eliminated. San Diego Chicken moving on there, bud.
San Diego Chicken.
Yeah. I mean, put it this way. When you have, like, part of your, like, you go up to Cooperstown, right? San Diego Chicken is in the Hall of Fame. Like, he's there.
Well, he should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well he should.
He's there. The Phanatic's there. Yeah. I mean, it's great.
Mr. Met should not be there.
Mr. Met's nowhere to be found. Yeah.
What about the San Francisco Crab? Is he up there?
Oh my gosh, don't know.
He's not been out of the league long enough. He's gonna wait his 5 years before he's eligible.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, we've got Uga, the bulldog that you love so much, taking on your wife's favorite, racing sausages.
Oh,
I'm sure she likes bulldogs too, so we're not going to throw around.
Now you're painting yourself into a corner, Steve. See if you can try to get yourself out of this one.
As much as I love that bulldog, the racing sausages are just too funny.
Yes.
And the idea of a chicken and sausages in the final round,
yes,
just is too good to pass up.
Yes.
So they shall advance.
So the sausages move on, huh?
The sausages advance.
Unbelievable.
Right. Matt, I want you to think.
Okay.
Phillies wild card round.
Yeah.
They're playing Milwaukee, and Rhys Hoskins hits a home run, and Bernie the Brewer comes down. How do you feel about Bernie the Brewer taking on Mike the Tiger?
Yeah, Mike the Tiger's moving on there.
He's a legitimate tiger, so everybody knows. Like,
yeah. The tiger moving on. Absolutely. Yeah.
This isn't an animated tiger. This is a real tiger.
Which is a little frightening, frankly.
Yes. I don't know where you get that. Only Mike Tyson seems to know where to get exotic at. And he's not telling us.
Exactly.
He apparently got his at a car dealership. Yeah, he said it on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Really?
So there was this guy.
Tony Montana was selling his at the car dealership, and that's what happened.
There's the guy that was selling him a car, and he was like, I don't really want another car. I kind of want a tiger. And the dude had a hookup.
Jeez.
So, yeah, Mike has lived an amazing life.
Yeah.
There are not many people in this world that I would pay $1 million to sit down and have a conversation with. Mike's one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
After
exactly.
he hurts Jake Paul.
Yeah.
So we have the Chicago Bull taking on the Gorilla.
Well, actually, you know what? I have it wrong, Johnny. You had
What?
the gorilla against the sausages and the bull, Chicago Bull, against Uga.
I had Uga sausages. Bull.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Written down,
Controversy.
yeah. Written down, yeah. So it is Bull
Nope.
Sons.
Bull
Okay.
Sons.
710
Alright.
611 turn into
Yep.
Bull Sons.
Oh, no, I had 710 215, but that's
Got
okay.
it.
Well, yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, so the sausages will move on. Sausages are there. So we'll just have the gorilla going up
And
against Uga.
The Bull.
No,
Yeah.
the bull.
No, the Bull. The
Oh, the
Bull.
Bull
Uga's
against the
eliminated.
Bull.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will take the gorilla over the bull
Gorilla moves on.
All right.
because I've never seen the bull dunk like the gorilla can.
Me neither.
He's
Bull's
got
out.
skills. He's got skills.
All right, Matt. We're
Okay.
in the final four.
Final
we got,
four.
We
Yeah.
got the San Diego Chicken, Mike Tiger.
Yep.
The Racing Sausages, who apparently we have. He's a horse in this race. For the Suns Gorilla.
Yeah.
So Chicken Tiger. What do you got, Matt?
Yeah. Hall of Famer San Diego Chicken into the finals.
Just like I drew it up.
Yep. Yep.
All right, Steve. Other side of the final four. The absolute best team in this division here, the Racing Sausages. Taking on the Phoenix Suns Gorilla.
Oh, man.
Well, only the Racing Sausages have had a player get suspended for interfering with the race.
Nice.
So the Racing Sausages move on.
Oh, man.
And they also inspired the running of the Nationals thing.
Presidents,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, and there's another one where someone dresses up like the dude from The Incredibles and races people, races fans. So they've inspired a lot
Yeah.
lot more than that San Diego Chicken. I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we have our final here: San Diego Chicken, Racing Sausages.
Neither
It's not
one
an
on
old
the
poultry
plane.
final, no, but
Yeah,
it's
neither on the plane of Gritty or the Phanatic.
Nope.
No.
For sure.
Not even the Iron Pig.
I'm going to give Steve the option first, I guess.
Okay, Steve.
And Steve will.
I will break any
John
ties
will break all tie.
if
Okay.
needed. Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
okay.
John breaks tie. All right. I've just been waiting to say this all podcast. This chicken chokes. The sausages move on.
We wrote this without writing it.
That's hilarious.
What do you got, Matt?
Oh gosh, this is really hard because I love the San Diego Chicken and the sausages are hilarious. Yeah, you know why not? The sausages in
Yep.
a huge upset
Yeah. The
over the
sausages
San
win.
Diego Chicken.
Oh, funny. They're
It
just.
is.
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
How can you not? Right? I mean, it's hilarious.
I
Yeah.
don't. Does anybody remember the name of that guy who hit the one sausage on the head?
Oh
No. No.
He played for the Pirates. I don't remember who it was, but he
Could have
knocked
been
me.
Andrew. Could have been Andrew.
No.
McCutcheon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a nobody. But
Most of the Pirates roster for the 90s
Well,
and the
was nobody's,
2000s. Yeah.
Might
I
have been
only
Andy
know-
Van Slyke.
I only
Who
know
knows?
McCutcheon and Andy Van Slyke. That's about it.
Yeah.
it was neither of those two.
Yeah. I'll have to look that up. Maybe.
Okay, John, there you have it. You have no tie to break. The Milwaukee
Yes.
Sausages.
I was going to pick the sausages, so it was unanimous anyway.
Nice.
Because if
Ah,
we could
excellent.
get this on Twitter, tag Milwaukee, maybe your wife can run with them. That's what I'm working on all
Right.
day.
There you go. Nice.
Right on.
Oh, it's funny.
All right. Well, that concludes episode 187 of Two Noobs Talking. Don't forget. What was the tagline again? Oh yeah, don't be
Noobs,
boobs.
yeah.
Don't be boobs. Follow the noobs. It's
Follow
very
the noobs.
important that you remember
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
because we're smart. SMRT.
Yeah.
all lawsuits go to Steve's Two Noobs email. I will since he's
Whoa,
our
whoa, whoa.
since he's our legal counsel. If you're offended, you know they're gonna sue.
No, Matt was the one starting crap. What's going on? Why you gotta throw me into the middle of this?
Because you got to
Okay.
get us out of the crap.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here right
Oh my
now.
goodness. All right. Well, in that spirit, we'll see you next week. Until then, get out.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Two Noobs Talking. For more information about our podcast, feel free to check out our website located at twonoobstalking.wordpress.com, and we'll see you next week.